Hey everybody, welcome and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. Please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe before you leave. Hopefully you all can see me okay. I know this isn't the best setting to have all this light behind me, but I do have a light in front of me. I know it's got me glistening because I did my skincare. Hopefully you can see me okay. I wanted to pop in here real quick to start off the vlog because I have not been doing the best job of starting off my vlogs properly. And again, the issue is just because I have a ton of content. So I have been very, very diligent about filming pretty much everything that I do with the intent of it being in a vlog to you all. The issue has been my timing of coordinating everything and getting it packaged up for a video. And so for that reason, I just never know like what's going to be the start, and I'm getting better at it. I'm getting better at it. But for this one, I definitely wanted to pop in here and introduce the vlog, and I'm going to get better. I'm going to get better. So anyway, it has been an exciting morning already, and it's only, oh, well, it's 11 o'clock, but it kind of started at like 3 a.m. I woke up and I just couldn't sleep. There wasn't anything wrong, whatever. It's just like all of a sudden I was awake. I woke up at 3 and I couldn't get back to sleep. So I just started like reading the news and reading my Bible. And I just so happened to check my calendar to see, because I knew I had a meeting this morning, but I wasn't sure if it was at 9:30 or at 10 or what. And I saw that overnight another meeting had landed on my calendar, and I'm just like, ugh. So the people who put the meeting on my calendar, they're in a totally different time zone. So I started messaging them. I know they were like, why is she awake? But anyway, I started messaging them about the meeting and stuff. And so I found out this morning that it's in regards to an event that I will be a part of in Las Vegas. So I'm so excited for this. I will be going to Vegas. Obviously, y'all will be coming with me. And there is a conference that Amazon holds. It's called AWS reInvent. And this conference will be in Vegas, and it's going on for multiple days. But for 2 of those days, me and some of my co-workers, we'll just call them co-workers because we all do the same thing, we will be hosting volunteer opportunities for the Amazonians, and I'm assuming whoever else wants to participate that's in attendance, for them to create solar lamps, and for them to also put together blankets. And so these blankets and solar lamps will be distributed, if I'm not mistaken, I think both are going to the United Way. They'll be hand delivered, and they will be distributed to people who need support, whether it's the solar lamps for the homeless or those who don't have access to proper electricity. And then the blankets will also go to those who are in need. So I'm really excited to be a part of that. So today was our first meeting with the event team to discuss the logistics and how we're going to do it. So it's going to be me and 3 other people. And essentially I'll be the lead for it. So I'm excited. I'm so excited. So that was the call this morning. So it turned out to be a good call. Even though it landed on my calendar last minute, I was happy to get it. And then the next call that I knew I already had was with a gentleman. He and I had tried to coordinate some things for some kids to come to Microsoft and do a like a tour and to get to meet some of the employees. This is when I worked at Microsoft. And so we worked so hard to get it coordinated and get them a tour and all this fun stuff, just a day full of activities. And then the hit. And so unfortunately we had to cancel, and we were never able to reschedule. And then I left the company. But he and I have stayed in touch, and he's gotten me connected with some amazing people who are in the entertainment industry and the events world. And he's just been a huge supporter of the work that I'm doing. I appreciate him so much. And so he reached out because he is putting together a fundraising gala for a school in Lake Stevens, Washington. And so today we were talking a bit about what that could look like. And he asked if I wanted to be a part of the committee. And I'm like, yes, because your girl now has experience when it comes to fundraising and galas. And so I'm excited to continue to build that experience with the hopes of it someday leading, to me really hosting something, even more grand and fabulous than what I've been doing so far. So yeah, it's just been a great morning with, connecting and talking with people about event opportunities and a little bit of travel in there too. So I was just about to like really dive into my work and type up all the notes and stuff from the meetings that I had and send the notes out to folks just to make sure I'm oh wait, I completely forgot. Yesterday I also had a call with and this one was funny because I'd actually reached out to some friends just to check in to see how they were doing. And one of them was like, what are you doing at 2 o'clock? And I'm like, nothing, what's going on? And so he sent me a meeting invite to join a call. And when I joined that call, there was a group of fabulous Black people. And all of them were on the call talking about a major event that they want to do here in Washington to really amplify and promote the creators, I'm just going to say that, the creators, primarily creators of color, of all different ages, here in Washington. And I was like, oh my gosh, I don't know what I thought the call was going to be. But listening to the amazing stuff that the people are doing, like some of them were actors. These are the folks on the call, right? So some of them were actors. All of them owned something, whether it was a production company or an organization that supports youth in like creative careers. There were also folks who are part of the film commission that were on the call. I'm just like, I cannot believe that I'm on a call with them. And it turned out to be like a round table, like an initial kickoff to discuss this amazing event that they want to hold sometime next year. I'm not sure exactly when they want to hold it, but it's going to be sometime in 2024. And I was like shocked. I was shocked to be on the call with them. But it just goes to show that God puts you in places and spaces and connects you with people because he has plans for us. And I've always known that. It's in Jeremiah where it talks about God having plans for us. I will put the scripture on the screen. I know that God has the plans for us. I know, let me just speak about myself. I know that God has plans for me. I know that there are plans to prosper me. I know that God wants to give me the desires of my heart. Another scripture that I'll put up on the screen. But it's a surreal moment when you start to see things coming together, when you really trust in God and allow him to have his way in your life and like lead you and guide you, and don't try to push, don't try to fight back, don't try to like scratch and claw and figure it out on your own. But if you just like be at peace and just stay settled in the space where you are now, work hard, do the best of your ability, right? Make sure that everything that you're doing is for the Lord and not for some sort of ill-gotten gain, not for some sort of recognition, not for some sort of, like promotion or whatever. I think my lighting just got bad. Look, I'm waving at the lamp like that's gonna help. Oh, it did help. But anyway, I just wanted to say that as long as we are doing what we need to do to make sure that we're staying in alignment with God, that we're in his will, that we are following the plans that he has set for us, you just never know what doors will open and you never know when. And I am forever grateful for everything that has come my way. And I am just like wide-eyed and excited for the things that are coming. And I have a lot of faith that this is still the right career path for me. There's been other ways in which God has been blessing me that I don't go into detail on here. But just ultimately, it's like, it's stable, even though being an entrepreneur, solopreneur, hustler, whatever you want to call it, even though that is not a stable career, it's the furthest thing from it. And even though I have always lived in the life of a stable career, like if you've been here for a while, if you've seen some other videos, I talk about how I was in the military. That was very stable. I talk about how I worked for the government. That was very stable. I worked in contract positions. So it was stable in the sense of I knew, how long the contract was or whatever. And then I also worked for Microsoft. And at the time, that was stable. But I stepped away from all of that to go do something that's traditionally not stable. And I have been at peace with this decision. And it's like me being at peace, it's kind of like God has trusted me to show me the way that he wants me to go, right? Because me being at peace means that I trust in him. I have faith that he is not going to leave me, right? I have all of my hope, all of my trust, all of my everything is in him. And I can say that confidently. No nervousness, no backtracking, no second guessing, no thinking back on like how things used to be when I got like a regular paycheck. Like none of that. No, I don't even worry about it because I know that God's got me. So hopefully this helps someone out there who may be in the same situation as me, where it's like, okay, I've stepped out on faith. I'm out here doing this thing. It doesn't have to be a career. It could be anything. You know, I've stepped out on faith. I'm out here, you know, depending on God to handle this for me. I don't see what the end will be. Don't try to look too far ahead. I think that's what's been very helpful for me. Like I do have long-term goals and things I would love to do, but I'm not so focused on those because I feel like when we look too far ahead, we scare ourselves when we think about how daunting it is to get to that ultimate goal. So it's like short goals are better, you know, 1 or 2 months out, right? Still should be things that you're doing that set you up for that future success, right? So whether it's learning some sort of experience, saying yes to opportunities that are going to give you the experience that you can continue stacking to get you to that ultimate goal, or maybe saying yes to certain opportunities because it's going to build your network, and not constantly just worrying about like the money. Like the blessings will come, but you just have to be faithful. You have to be faithful. You have to trust in God, and you have to like really do that. You can't just say like, oh, I have faith. Oh, I have faith that God's going to work it out. Oh, I trust that God's going to work it out. It's got to be more than words. It's got to be in your actions. And by your actions, I'm meaning like when you're by yourself alone at night in your, you know, in your head, thinking about it, right? Like, oh my God, I can't believe I just stepped away from XYZ to go to ABC. ABC is your new beginning. And so your true test of faith is when it's quiet time and it's just you and the Lord, right? Those are those times where you thank him profusely for the things that he's already done. Thank him for the things that he's going to do. And do your absolute best to not worry. I know it's easier said than done. But my personal thing, what I do is when I start to feel like anxiety or uncertainty or doubt or fear or nervousness, when any of those things start to creep in, then I stop in that moment. I take some deep breaths to kind of settle myself. And then I focus on settling my spirit. And that's when I just talk to God. It doesn't have to be wild and crazy, a long, lengthy prayer. I just like in those moments, I just talk to God and like remind him as if he needs it. It's really me reassuring myself by reminding God, like, God, I know that you have not brought me this far to leave me. God, I know that you have opened this door in this situation and you've closed this door in this situation. And I know that you will handle this, you know, these circumstances as well. So thank you. And then I just go into like praise and worship essentially and just thank him for all the things that he's already given me. Listen to some music, write some things down, read some scriptures. Like I throw everything at those feelings. I throw everything I have at those feelings to just completely turn it around. And to me, that's when you're showing God that you truly have the faith. Because if I don't throw everything that I have in those situations to turn it around so that I could be, you know, back in alignment with him and not worried or anxious or afraid. If I don't do that, I know me. And the next thing that I'll do is like, I'll have the fear and the anxiety. And so I'll immediately hop on the computer and start trying to find a way to solve it. Or I'll start calling people to try to find a way to solve it. And then all that does is gets me even more stressed. And then like, you know, I start getting like nervous sweats. And I'm jittery and I can't eat. I can't sleep. Hair falling out. Y'all know, you know what stress can do to you. And it's like, I don't want to live like that. I want to live at peace. And so if in that very moment, I don't see a way out of it, I don't try to find one. I just get at peace with God, get in alignment with God, connect with him and ask him to solve it. Ask him to show me, you know, the way out. And if he's like, nah, girl, you got to go through it. Well, then I just go through it, right? I just go through it, hold his hand. Cry, call people who I know can like help reassure me and settle my thoughts or whatever. And then I just go through it. But so far he hasn't put me in terrible situations where he feels like, okay, girl, you got to walk through these trials. Like since I've been in this, I went through a lot when I was working my regular 9-to-5s. You know, so those were the times though that have prepared me for now, right? Now when I'm like, oh my gosh, this situation seems daunting. It's like, well, girl, do you remember when this happened? Like, oh yeah, that was wild. And that's worse than this. So Thank you, Lord, for getting me through that. Get me through this too. Anyway, I have talked for 15 minutes. I need to go get me some food. So that's what I was about to do now. I just wanted to hop on here real quick, introduce the vlog. Thank y'all so much for being here. Share some stuff that was on my mind and my heart with you. Hopefully it's helpful to someone. And now I'm about to go make some breakfast. So your girl is trying to eat healthier. So let me show y'all what I'm about to cook. It's daunting because like I'm excited to cook it and I want to try it. But then also in the back of my mind, it's like, girl, let me just show y'all so you can see what I plan to have this morning for breakfast. Okay, if you saw my grocery haul, then you know that I purchased this. This is plant-based field roast apple and maple breakfast sausages. So I am trying so hard to find ways to like replace pork in my life. I don't need it anymore. I used to be a big fan of bacon. Like now, you know, I'll just do turkey bacon. That's fine. But if I can find a plant-based option, I think I want to do that. I'm not trying to completely cut out meat. But if I can like, you know, swap it out a couple days a week or whatever, then that's my plan. So I've been trying to find a brand that makes a plant-based meat, you know, air quotes, that I can actually stomach. And it's been a challenge, but I've never tried field roast. So today I'm going to prepare these sausages. I like that it says it's got apples and maple syrup and nutmeg because I feel that maybe it'll be doctored up enough in the flavorings and the tastes so that I can get past the fact that it's actually made from, let's see, what does this say? Y'all can't see it, so I'm just going to read it to you. It says it's made from wheat gluten. Okay, you know what? This might not be bad because in reading the ingredients, wheat gluten seems to be the main thing. So if it's going to taste like wheat, then that's fine. And then I have this bread right here. I know y'all can't really see the bread because I've already opened it and stuff. So it's not so much about the brand, but it's the type of bread. So it's a wheat bread and it has sunflower seeds on it. If y'all see a wheat bread with sunflower seeds on it in your store, get it, because when you toast this and the sunflower seeds become roasted, it is banging. So I'm going to toast me some of that. I'm going to cook me some of these and probably add like a little bit of jelly. And I think I have some oranges. I have some sliced oranges on the side. And this will be my breakfast. So y'all wish me luck. Okay, I'm going to start with some vegetable oil in the pan.
A dream world. Are your eyes still green, girl? I know you're sick and tired of arguing, but you can't keep it bottled in. Jealousy, we gotta swallow it. Your heart and mind, baby, follow it. Smile, happiness, you can model it. And when you feel opposite, I just want you to know your whole being is beautiful. I'ma do the best I can do, 'cause I'm my best when I'm with you. Come close to me, baby. Let your love hold you. I know this world is crazy. What's it without you? Nothing. Put down your bags, love. I know in the past, love has been sort of harder.
Breakfast is served, y'all. When I was peeling the orange, it made me think of this meme that I saw where somebody posted, do you eat your oranges with or without the lingerie? If I can find it, I'll put it on the screen. But essentially they're talking about, you know, like all the fiber that's around, you know, like the strings and stuff. And so in the picture, somebody had completely undressed their orange and there was all the lingerie was laying off to the side. And I'm like, that's my preference, but it takes so much work to get to that point. So sometimes I do leave on the lingerie. All right, y'all, so moment of truth. I will tell you that this sausage smells fantastic. Like, you can smell the maple and the nutmeg, probably some of the apple too. I browned it because that's how I like my sausage, but it did say on the package, like, don't overcook it. So hopefully I didn't overcook it. This is how it looks on the inside. So let's see if I can bring the up for you all to see like the texture. Okay, so there you can kind of see the texture on the inside. And then you can see how well I browned it on the outside. So it certainly browns the way sausage should. And like I said, it smells good. Okay, let me quit stalling and let me just go ahead and taste it.
I'm tired of the fast lane. I want you to have my last name.
They're certainly not trying to fool anyone to say that it's meat, which I can appreciate. But, I'm trying to think, how can I describe it? It almost has a texture like meat a little bit. Like the way you would think sausage, like think of sausage texture. So don't think of sausage taste, think of the texture, right? Kind of chewy on the outside, a little more softer and like ground meat on the inside. So it does have that going for it. It's good. Like, yeah, I would definitely do this as my breakfast sausage. I think the only thing that keeps popping up in my head, and I'm trying to think like, is this the proper way to describe it? But ultimately, to me, it tastes like stuffing. So if you think about for the holidays, when you get stovetop stuffing, or maybe if you make your stuffing from scratch using like bread and cornbread and kind of mixing it all together. And then imagine like the way my family does it is we take the stuffing and we like mash it down in a pan. And so we cook it in the pan and in the oven, and then it comes out crispy. And so it's like crispy pieces like you can cut out. Versus, I know some people just like their stuffing to be like loose and they spoon it. We don't do that. We pack it down and we cook it in a pan. And so then you just cut out a square of stuffing and put it on top of whatever. So that's what this makes me think of. This makes me think of that. And so if you imagine like the spices and sorry, y'all, we got cut off. Anyway, as I was saying, it makes me think of stuffing and I like it. So I'm going to enjoy my breakfast. And then I don't think I'm going to do anything else for today that's like exciting, just working. But if something pops up, I will definitely hop on here and chit chat with y'all. But in the meantime, in between time, I'll catch y'all later. Look at this platter of food. I was in the mood for some steak. So I ordered steak at a local restaurant and I had no idea it came with so much food. I knew it came with the rice and I knew it came with the beans. When I placed my order online, they did ask me to choose a tortilla. They had veggies. I asked them to please put them on the side. They gave me a ton. And then it also came with chips and a little thing of salsa. So like, yeah, this is way more than what I expected, but I'm grateful for it. And I can't wait to dig in. Look at that steak. That's the main thing that I wanted. I was feeling a little lethargic, and I think it's just because I needed some real protein and not like veggie protein. So here we are. And let me tell you, that steak was delicious. Well, listen, I just want to thank you all so much for making it to the end of this video. I really hope the first portion of the video inspired someone. It really makes my heart smile to watch it, and just as a nice reminder to myself. So hopefully you got something out of it as well. Thank you so much for watching. Please make sure that you like this video, consider sharing it with someone who may also need to hear this good word. And also, if you don't mind, please consider subscribing to my channel. I have a goal of reaching 70 subscribers by the end of the year, and the end of the year is nigh. So if you could help me in that goal, I'd greatly appreciate it. I'll see you all tomorrow for the next Vlogmas episode.